fall off, don't fall off. Ooh, that was cautious. I got afraid because a couple times I've been on this last lap
Left
and then
736.
and you get your crash ending, which I love.
7.
Hello folks, welcome to the Netcruzer RC. Alright, I believe this is week 5 of the VRC Ontario Racing Club Off-Road Racers in VRC. And the event this week is at a track called Rhein-Main. Probably butchering that for pronunciation, but yeah, that's the track. And let's just jump right into the qualifier and I'll show you what we do. I have ran a couple of practice laps just to learn some of the corners, but not too many. I have not even run one qualifier yet. So let's run the qualifier right now. While it's downloading the replays, car changes is I have turned up steering a degree or two, so I'm running a 40% steering lock versus I was running 39-38 the previous weeks, because this track, when you see it, has a lot of corners. As well as for gearing, I've turned it down 1 tooth from max gearing. I'm just kind of playing around with that. I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be best or worse, but let me just show you this track.
1 minute till the start of the race.
I will say this track so far
to this track.
is...
Enjoy your racing.
I will say this track so far for me is the least fun one for me so far. It's very technical. It's almost an on-road section. There's not many jumps. It's there's a couple, but they're all kind of big jumps. But it's all about these corners and trying to do those smooth. So you come in here, you got to brake for this in here. And this is a big little sweeper. And then you've got to get this nice and tight. Again, another sweeper. And then this grass section, there's a lot of grass here. And then this turns onto the straightaway. So you've got a large straightaway section.
Get ready.
Yeah, anyway, you'll get to see the track. We're going to get started here at qualifications in just a couple seconds. And for this one, you do not get a run up. It's going to start.
Your clock has started.
Yeah, you don't even get a chance to start well on this one. So as soon as you pull out of the pit lane, you have started, because that's where the start finish line is. So no speedway start for this guy. We're just going to come around here and see if I can get these corners clean and well enough. See how we do. I'm not sure what jumps yet. I want to take a higher speed, but as you just saw there, Bukar hit that with a lot of force, so I'll probably follow what he does. If I can keep him in my view here, he's already pulling away from me because he's such a good... And I just flew off the track. Great. That one has kind of a weird angle. Oh, the other thing is driving position.
Left 41.45 seconds.
41. I'm viewing this from rostrum 6. Out of the 10 drivers' positions, I found that rostrum 6 kind of gave me the best view of a lot of the apexes as well as the landings for the jumps. Because if you're over on 1 or 10, a lot of your landing area is obscured and you can't really see the downs, and you also can't see many of the apex of the corners. So kind of a central driving position. Oh, went wide there. I feel like all the time on this track is going to be made up by doing the on-road sections perfectly. Because if you go wide, you're going to lose a second or two going wide. Even that, like I should be able to tuck that in tighter.
Left to
38 seconds. And then all the rest is on-road. So you've got maybe 3 or 4 jumps, and all the rest is trying to do those on-road sections as well as you can. Whoa. I feel like that was slower. These sections, I can try and tuck those in. I gotta try and keep my speed up, but not go wide. That's the difficult part with this track, I think. So should I let off for the downhill? Probably. And then go full throttle there.
Lap 39.04 seconds.
I think so far my best lap is a 38, and I'm not even sure what the A-main drivers are doing. They're probably doing 35s. I believe they changed the rules so that qualification now ends tonight. I'm recording this on a Wednesday night, and then tomorrow mains start, and they're also allowing 10 chances for the mains, and those are 10-minute mains. Previously, there was only 5 chances for the mains. So now there's 10. You can run 10-minute runs
seconds
in the mains just to see how well you can do. But that's a lot of racing. I'm probably not going to do all of them.
30 seconds to go.
It's where it's interesting throughout the week because you're qualifying all week and, well, for the first 3 days of the week, and you've only got 4 minutes per run to get used to it. You can practice as long as you want, but actual qualification runs are only 4 minutes long, and then you jump into the mains and they're 10 minutes.
10 seconds to go.
So they feel like forever when you're doing your mains. Can I cross the line? Can I cross the line in the 10
Time
seconds?
over.
Nope, there it
Finish your
goes.
last lap.
Lap
Okay.
6,
Yeah, so-
39.86 seconds.
That was what, maybe 5 or 6 seconds.
You
I was
have
off of
finished.
getting into lap
Drive
7, so
back
I'm
to the
not
pit
that
lane.
far off. But those other guys mean they're a full lap on me and a good 5 to 10 seconds ahead. So I've got some work to do. Let's go and see what their laps are like. I think I can do that now while we're just doing that, while it's closing off my race. Okay, so Andrew Boucard did 7 in 4:08. Let's see what his lap times are like. 35, that's what I thought. 35-second laps. 35 flat, 35.3, 35.6, 35.9. Marshall, but still did this in 35.3. I think it does. That's crazy. How can you get a Marshall and still finish in 35.3? All right, so let me just see someone else maybe in like Heat 3. Let me just see Brian Nesbitt, just because I know him. 37s. All right, so I'm going to try and make up a second or two per lap. If I learn some significant new technique, I will show you what that is. All right, the best I've been able to do is 38-second laps. I'm just watching Andrew Boucard because he's TQ. I just wanted to watch what lines he's doing. So the things he's doing differently is he's being much more aggressive at keeping tight in the corners, and he's also hitting the jumps with a lot more authority. So typically, the ground is faster than the air, but in his case, he's doing 35-second laps consistently by taking big air jumps. But he's keeping very tight in there, and all the on-road sessions he's tight. He goes wide on the outside, tucks in. Same wide outside, tuck in. Land this one nice. On the brakes hard as soon as you land. Keep all of your on-road sections tight, and then he hits this with a lot of air and lands right into the corner. This one here, a little bit of a jump correction, and then around this sweeper here, and then another big air jump where I'm taking those a lot more cautiously. So I'm going to try that tactic, just try and stay tight in the corners and do 2 bigger air jumps, and we'll see if I can get into like a 36 or a 37 second lap, because right now the best I can do is a high 38, and that's just not on pace. I'm going to just show you a bit of my second qualifier. I have not run another qualifier yet, but I'm
10
running max
seconds to
gearing
the
this
start of your
time
qualifier.
and saying
Your
all
car
the
will
same
be
settings.
placed on
But
its
there's a
starting
trick I've learned
position
for
in
when
the
you
pit lane.
start. When you start, instead of pulling out of the driver's lane that way, go the other way. Go opposite. Go opposite of traffic, come down this way, and then you can get a flying start. So then it allows you to get a flying start.
Your clock
Otherwise-
has started.
You come out right of the pit lane right as you're starting, and you don't really have any momentum. Not that it really gains you that much, but something. All right, let's see how I can do here. Full throttle into that jump. Whoop, that was wrong, but not too bad. Didn't lose too much time there. And then try and just roll off throttle and use your momentum to kind of stay tight in these corners. It's a balance of trying to keep your It's a balance of trying to keep your wheel speed up versus not pushing it wide, because these cars are very
Lap
pushy.
2, 41. Lap 3, 40.97 seconds.
40 is just not on pace yet to have a 37. Whoops. Stuff like that, landing on your nose, it all kills time. So let's see how we do here. That felt faster. Seems to be about diving into these corners at full throttle and then just letting off and using your momentum to kind of stay in tight.
Lap 4, 38.44 seconds.
38.44, which is my fastest run yet. Pushed out wide on just on the exit. I got the entry right, but the exit wrong. Okay, go wide, in, wide, stay out on the outside, and then you can
Lap
turn in.
5, 37.
Hey, a
68
37! I did
seconds.
it. All right, so I'm getting better. I'm learning my lines. You can see how I'm starting to cut through those with a little bit more speed and a little bit better. Same as in
30
here. You
seconds
can
to go.
you can kind of run this as a straight. Oh, I screwed it up. But you can kind of run it as a straight shot through like that. Instead of trying to do 2 corners, you can make it into 1. So there's little things like that you can do to try and improve your times. So I'm getting it. I just need a bit more practice time, and we'll see how far up I can move up the heats. But I've had a couple of Marshalls and a couple of screw-ups, so I can get better. And I'm also trying to explain it to you, which slows me down a little bit. Whoa, that was crappy. You gotta keep tight. You gotta keep tight in the sweepers. And outside and
Left
finish.
7, 37.87.
Hey, another 37.
seconds.
All right, so I'm getting faster. That's as
You
good.
have finished. Drive
good.
back to the pit lane.
Okay, so those were guys in the
Your result
fifth
is
heat. I got
7 laps in 4 minutes and 34.78
7 and 4:34.
seconds.
That's going to move me up quite a bit in the standings.
Congratulations. You've won the race.
Or more heat 4 or 3. Bottom of heat 4. So I've got to move up by another 5 seconds to get to the top of this. That's how close this is. This is within 5 seconds from 10 positions. All right, quick update. Just ran my third qualifier. I did 7 laps in a 4:27. That bumped me up 2 heats. I'm now sitting at the bottom of heat 3. So I'm going to keep working at it, see if I can get any faster. Now to get up to the top of heat 3, I would need to shave off another 6 seconds to get into heat 2 or heat 1. So let's keep going.
You have finished.
90%
Drive
official
back to
track
the pit
record
lane.
on that run. That was my best run yet. I got a
Your
bunch of
result
37s.
7 laps in 4 minutes and 32.73
That
seconds.
was not my best yet. All right, quick little update. I just ran some practice laps, just learning how in the world can I get into 36-second laps. It was by one setup change, which is to change the rear wing. I had the rear wing still set at the maximum downforce wing, which is this one here, Proline Max. I had that set for last week, and I just tried some of the other ones, and I find that the aero speed wing low for this track is much smoother and much faster. So you don't need all that downforce, and it just lets me carry around the speed a lot better. All right, I might as well show you my 7th run with the low downforce wing.
1 minute till the start of the race.
Still at max gearing, steering angle 40%, aero low downforce wing, Biddy design something or other,
30 seconds
Bulldog
to the
high
start of your
downforce
qualifying.
body,
Drive back to the pit lane.
and just trying to drive better. Qualification number 7, I'm going to do the backwards entry, so drive backwards off of the pit lane so that you can hit this with some speed. So you do your flying start,
Your clock has started.
which is slightly better run than you get just if you come off the pit lane normally. It's not a huge advantage, but it's something. Anyway, by putting on this low downforce wing, just everything feels so much smoother. It's unbelievable how much better it flies through the air and carries corner speed. So it doesn't push as much. Now it kind of tucks in easier, so you don't go as nearly as wide in the corners, which I feel like that's how I'm saving most of the time, is because instead of it pushing, it actually wants to stay in line where you expect it to be.
Lap 1, 38.11 seconds.
38.11 on the first lap is not great. I was hoping it would be in the 37s, but we'll see if I can get a 37 in this one. Oh, I'm offside. It was a lucky recovery. And then full throttle for this. Full throttle, brake a little, come in, full throttle, roll it off the throttle. I went way wide there. This is not going to be a 37-second lap. I can already tell just by what my lines are like.
Lap 2, 38.36
It's
seconds.
even slower than my first one. Let's see if I can do it here. You got to keep tight. It really takes all your concentration. I'm not doing myself a favor by being on camera and commentating at the same time, but it's more entertaining for you guys this way than if I just show you the replay, I think. Oh, that was nice and tight. Oh, so was that. And then, yeah, it's a little more fishtaily with the low downforce wing, which I do like. I do prefer my cars to oversteer versus understeer, but that's just me.
Lap 3, 38.13 seconds.
Still a 38. Already got max gearing on. I mean, I suppose I would be tighter through the inroad section, but if I gear down, then I won't be able to do
Lap 4,
that. There it is.
37.86 seconds.
37.86. And I have successfully gotten one 36-second lap, high 36s. Of course, it was in a practice session, so it didn't count towards my qualifications because I was just trying to learn how to get faster. This run feels really good so far. When you got your momentum right, you can feel when you're doing it well. Well,
1 minute to go.
Ate up all of my first half of that lap well by screwing up that inroad section. That was a little too slow.
Lap 5, 37.53
That was
seconds.
the fastest yet. It felt slow, but it was the fastest yet. That's where it gets you. You don't. I've heard many people say that my slowest laps are actually the laps that you feel are the slowest are actually the fastest, which is weird. Just means that
30 seconds to go.
you're not overdriving the corners. That was nice. Full throttle.
Lap 6, 37.73 seconds to go.
10 seconds to go. 9, 8, 7. This will be my best run yet. Normally time is ending already, so I'm at least...
Time over. Finish your last
I'm
lap.
currently 3 corners ahead of my best run yet, so this could be good as long as I don't screw it up. Ah, went wide. Come on, don't fall off, don't fall off. Ooh, I was cautious. I got afraid because a couple times I've been on this last lap and then...
Lap 7,
and then you get your crash ending, which I
36.96
love.
seconds.
That's the best thing about this track is that your last
You
lap, you
have
can just
finished.
pin it straight into
Drive
the
back
wall
to the pit lane.
and not worry about exploding in parts. All right, so I did 7 laps in 4:24. That is my best run yet by 3 seconds. So we'll see how far up the
Your
leaderboard this
result
moves me.
is
7 laps
And
in
then
4
I'll do my other 2
minutes
runs off camera and see if I can improve it.
24.71 seconds.
Oh, my last lap was the 36.9 because I didn't have to let off to make the corner. I could just full pin straight through. So that's how I got a 36-second lap, was just by not letting off on the straightaway, which you can't do for all the other laps. Hey, that moved me up a couple of spots because I believe I started off in 2nd place in Heat 4. Now I'm up into Heat 3, mid-pack. All right. Yeah, that was my best run yet, run 7. Alrighty, guys. Well,
Your
that's the end of my
result is
10th run,
7
and I
laps
did
in
not beat
4
my 7th
minutes
attempt.
and 26.78 seconds.
No, I did a 7 in 4:24. That's my best yet. So this one was a 7 in 4:26 because I had one Marshall. If I hadn't, I screwed up. I hit a pipe and I rolled over. I turtled, and then I had the hit spacebar. I couldn't recover. If I had not have had that one marshalling run, I would have got you, Brian. I would have got you. So this will be the end of this video, and then we'll show the mains in a couple days. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you're new around here, subscribe. If you want to talk to me, leave a comment down below. And as always, thanks for watching.